Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, police charge a suspect in hit and run that killed a cop. The man who was last year linked to the fatal hit and run incident involving an on-duty cop along the St. John's Main Road in St. James has been charged with causing death by dangerous driving. 25-year-old Deane Reed, otherwise known as a CJ or Bulby, of the Black Shop District, also in St. James, was charged following an Office of the Director of Public Prosecution ruling on Friday, February 21. Reed is charged in relation to the death of Constable Leroy Codner. Codner was injured during a roadblock operation on the Granville Main Road in St. James on Friday, October 4, 2024. Reports indicated that Codner signaled a white Toyota Probox to stop. The vehicle slowed down but then accelerated, hitting the constable and sending him over a precipice estimated to be 50 to 70 feet deep. Constable Codner was assisted to the hospital where he received treatment for multiple brain injuries. However, he later succumbed on Sunday, October 20. Initially, Reed fled the scene and reportedly abandoned the vehicle in his community after the incident. A manhunt was immediately launched for the hit-and-run suspect, and he turned himself into the police a day after the incident with his attorney. Reed was formally charged on Friday, February 28, and is scheduled to appear in the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday, March 12. Cops make a breakthrough in 7-year murder case. The Kingston Western Police have made an arrest in the murder of an assistant coach that occurred in the division almost 7 years ago. The breakthrough comes with the charging of 29-year-old Siobhan Alexander Carnegie, otherwise called Demon and Negi, from Drackett's Place in Tivoli Gardens. Carnegie has been charged with murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. He is charged with the killing of Arnett Gardens resident Oral Ruff Francis on Friday, May 18, 2018. Francis was shot dead as he stood at his gate in the community. The reports are that around 8 a.m., Francis was at the gate when he was pounced upon by a man with a firearm who opened a gunfire, hitting him in the upper body. The gunman made his escape on foot in the area. Francis's body was transported to the Kingston Public Hospital, where doctors pronounced him dead on arrival. Following extensive investigations, Carnegie was held recently and placed on an identification parade last Thursday, where he was positively identified. He was later charged. 9 persons of interest named by Kingston Western Police. The Kingston Western Police have listed 9 individuals as persons of interest. The police said they believe these individuals can assist them with ongoing investigations in the division. They are Chadane Hines, otherwise called Nico; Nicole Waldron, otherwise called Bondog; Taja Price, otherwise called Chubo; Kimoy Shea, otherwise called Kimmy, of a Wellington Street address; Kevin Harvey, otherwise called Brains; Christopher Henlan, otherwise called Reverend; Marcel Slew, otherwise called Zella; a man known only as a Baby Boy, and a man known only as a Parry. They are being asked to report to the Denham Town Criminal Investigations Branch immediately. The police are also urging anyone with information on the whereabouts of these individuals to contact the Denham Town CIB at 876-948-6443, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. Jurors empaneled as a trial of cops in Mario Deane case set to start Tuesday. Following more than 10 years of waiting, the trial of 3 cops charged in connection with the 2014 beaten death of 31-year-old Mario Deane is set to begin on Tuesday. Tuesday's date was set after 7 jurors were empaneled when the matter was called up in the Westmoreland Circuit Court on Monday. The empaneling of the jury follows several delays, including insufficient jurors. The lack of jurors had resulted in the case being transferred from the St. James Circuit Court last year. Following the empaneling of the jury, consisting of 4 females and 3 males, Supreme Court Justice Courtney Day let known his pleasure over the larger turnout of jurors in waiting, a total of 56. A credit to the jury system, as all served answered the summons, stated Justice Day, who added, "I am happy that I did not have to find anyone." Justice Day later set Tuesday's date for the start of the trial, as he noted that he had another case to deal with Monday afternoon. The three cops on trial are Corporal Elaine Stewart and the constables Juliana Cleavon and Marlon Grant. They all are charged with manslaughter, perverting the course of justice, and misconduct in a public office. The allegations are that Deane was arrested for possession of a ganja spliff and placed in custody, where he was brutally beaten on August 3, 2014. Deane received severe injuries to his brain, which left him in a coma. He died 3 days later at a Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James. It is alleged that the three cops were on duty at the police station at the time when Deane was beaten. It is further alleged that Corporal Stewart instructed that the cell in which the attack took place be cleaned before the arrival of investigators from the Independent Commission of Investigations. Man dies after being hit by truck at a Riverton City dump. A man has succumbed to injuries he sustained after he was hit by a motor truck at the Riverton City dump in St. Andrew on Sunday. He has been identified as 58-year-old Christopher Levy of Grandison Path Waterhouse in Kingston 11. Reports are that about 3:30 p.m., Levy was at the landfill when he was hit by a motor truck that was traveling along a path. The police were summoned and Levy was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The police said the driver has since been warned for prosecution. Investigations continue. Construction worker shot and killed in Manchester. An investigation has been launched into the murder of a 47-year-old construction worker in Mandeville, Manchester on Sunday. He has been identified as Neville Baker, otherwise called the Wallman, of Kingsland District, Manchester. It is reported that about 10 a.m., Baker was seated in his Honda Stream motor car in Hatfield Square, Manchester, when he was pounced upon by unknown assailants and was shot. He was assisted to the Mandeville Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The police have not established a motive in Baker's killing. The Mandeville Criminal Investigations Branch is conducting a probe of the matter. Man dies after being stabbed in Morgan's Bridge, Westmoreland. A man was fatally stabbed in Morgan's Bridge, Westmoreland on Sunday night. He has been identified as a 36-year-old laborer Lance Beamer of Geneva District in the parish. The police report that about 10 o'clock, Beamer was along the Geneva Main Road when he was attacked. The Morgan's Bridge Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the killing. Visa applicant dies at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston. A visa applicant died at the U.S. Embassy on Monday morning. Public Affairs Attaché Michael Lavallee says a Jamaican national experienced a medical emergency while visiting the embassy. Mr. Lavallee revealed that at approximately 8:20 a.m., the man suffered a medical episode and despite immediate medical attention, he tragically died. The embassy says the body was later moved by a funeral home in accordance with local laws and procedures. The U.S. Embassy in Kingston adds that it is deeply saddened by the passing of the visa applicant. The mission further indicated that it was unable to provide further details out of respect for the privacy of the family of the deceased. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.